Yeah, when you hand me both of those papers back, because then I'm gonna mail them in. They want to make sure, well, actually, I'm gonna take a roll down here. They want to make sure council is made aware of that. And of course, I made you aware of that at the last meeting, but you got out of here before I could get you to sign it. So, like you ran for the door.
That doesn't sound right.
Oh, yeah.
I think you had a banquet or something.
Right.
Thank you.
The only thing I did, which I always, people do this all the time, so we would.
Were you guys parked at the bottom of the mountain? Just for like 10 minutes ago?
Yeah,
No,
I know. I did that too.
That same car is parked at the bottom of the mountain.
Oh, there's a similar one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that one, but it's a little bit newer one. You can tell with the
Okay.
exhaust and stuff.
Okay.
This is for 2 months, so. Because we seem to have a hard time getting.
Signatures and meetings and stuff.
Yeah, meetings.
No, Brandon?
No, he had his wisdom tooth cut out today, and it had to be broken at first. I had to go in and break it all up because it was growing sideways.
Oh, so he never got one when he was younger?
Yeah, so they had to break that up and cut it out. So yeah, we did not want him here
Sounds,
Hopefully they gave him laughing gas or something.
or something. Yeah, you could you imagine Brandon laughing gas? Oh God, it could be ugly.
All right, we're good to go.
I think so.
I'm going to call us to order then. I'm going to call to order the Town of Fontana Dam Town Council meeting. I guess this was a continued meeting from earlier, so today is the 26th. And we're going to call to order at 5:30. Present John Hodges, Lacey B., Valerie Rogers, Rob Party, and Tiffany Duke. We also have Randy Foster from Graham Star here covering us. Hello, Randy. Let's see. All right, agenda. Kind of glanced over, didn't see anything of note. Looked accurate to me. If anybody sees anything needs to be changed, anything motions today.
motion to approve the agenda as read.
Thanks, John. All in favor? Thank you much. All right. A little bit more housekeeping. The minutes, didn't see anything when I looked at those either. So unless anybody sees something of note that needs adjusting, entertain motions for approval of the December minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve December minutes.
Thanks, Tiffany. All in favor? Like I said, we got public comment. We got Randy here as public. Welcome. It's probably a little different over here than maybe some other meetings you go to. We're kind of laid back and we're not political. We don't really have any issues of note. We pretty much, I think we just try to keep our head down and take care of whatever business we can out here as much as possible and with this little fanfare. So hopefully we'll avoid all of that stuff.
I kind of gave him a rundown of how the town was formed, you know, and stuff before you guys got here, and a little bit of history behind it.
Okay.
And how, you know, it doesn't operate on property tax like most places do, and but off the user fee from the resort. That's our only customer and that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
so
It's a unique situation over here. We're figuratively and literally a one-horse town. You know, pretty big horse, but still, there's one business that keeps this place rolling, and the relationship with the Tennessee Valley Authority as well. That's right now they are the horse that's pulling, but eventually they'd like to see a lessee come in here like it was before, and there would be at least some separation. But we'll, you know, that's kind of an ongoing thing. That's been one of the challenges pretty much since COVID that we've been sort of dealing with. So anyway, welcome. And do you have any comments or anything you want to say?
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Good.
I do want to mention in public comment too that TVA did visit today. And they bought over was it the president of the board of directors, Lacey?
Well, I don't think he was the president, I just think he was part of the board of directors. He might have been vice president, but I don't think he was the
I think
president.
he was president, because I thought he was pretty high. I thought he was, but maybe not. Anyway, it was somebody that was on the board of directors that's at the top of it there. And he'd never been here before. He's from Chattanooga, and he said he'd heard of the place, but he had just never been here. Bob asked Meredith to speak, and of course she welcomed everybody and stuff. And then he asked me to speak, and I was kind of amazed about that. But anyway, I just kind of echoed what she said, and told them that if they needed any stories about Fontana, I'd be happy to oblige, because I know a lot of history about this place, and working through the bar and stuff, he got entertaining stories. So
Was that a good one?
yeah, that was at lunch today. We all were there.
We were with the church doing some stuff, and we saw the chopper. We heard the chopper come in. And I
Right.
said, I think that's the EVA chopper.
Yeah, it was very. They had a couple of the helicopter operators, and then they had a policeman with them too. I thought that was kind of ironic.
They brought them to the
He's
meeting.
the chairman.
He's a chairman.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's the chairman of the board.
Oh, okay. So that's pretty up there then. So, but anyway, Bob called Meredith afterwards and said it was a really good job. They could definitely tell improvement. David, when he heard they were coming, he went out and made sure all garbage was picked up and everything was cleaned. And so they didn't, because they were running late, they didn't get to discuss financials or anything like that. But they are or have already put out, right? Haven't they already put out the request for proposals again?
Yes.
Yeah,
They're
so-
actually coming next Wednesday to do their meeting. If you're interested, you can come in on Wednesday and do that meet and greet kind of thing. So we'll see when anybody comes.
And we haven't had any bites yet, have we? Anybody called about it? They
Not
know.
that we've heard of, no.
Yeah.
What was is there a closing date, or is this kind of more of a spring period that they're doing this right now, or?
Usually they will do the meet and greet, and then they have, I'm not sure if it's 30 or 45 days to ask any questions, and then submit their proposal to purchase or release, and then TVA looks over everything, and then they make a determination whether they're going to accept any of the
Okay.
proposals.
I didn't realize they were doing one in the spring. I just assumed it would be another one in the fall, but I guess maybe they wanted to get a little earlier.
It's basically the same thing as before, though, and
There's not many changes.
yeah, and so we're not really hopeful, because the same issues that we're facing the first one, we're facing this one as well.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
I
been
mean,
some
we've got
trees
one
cut.
thing completed, basically, which is the pipe bursting going down 28, but other than that, you still have the same issues.
A $2 million infrastructure thing in there that wasn't in there before. The TVA would offer $2 million as an incentive, basically, for infrastructure, but over a 5-year period, they pay out.
Oh, okay.
But,
That's good. I mean,
Small though for infrastructure.
I mean,
it depends on how much can be done before somebody would come in.
Right.
We'll talk about that, I guess, in the utility side.
Yeah, we'll go more into that then, but anyway.
Good. I'm glad
It
they're
was a good
generally
meeting.
happy
Yeah.
with what's going on, and go from there. All right, financials.
Okay, so we currently have $176,508.69 in our general fund. We have, don't get excited about this number, we have $305,725.20 in our utility fund, for a total of $482,233.89. 302,000, I think, right? Isn't that the amount of that check? It's supposed,
252. It was
is-
252,000.
Yeah.
Just that one check, but wasn't there another one that was?
I don't think, that was the only one that I had,
Okay,
yeah,
it was 250.
for Portland Utilities for their first bill. He just hasn't come in and collected the check yet, so that will be significantly less the next time. It sounds really good right now, don't it?
Yeah.
It's like, that's the most money we've ever had.
I know, I wrote that check and I watched it come out of the account and I'm like,
I know, it's just,
That hurts.
I know, it does. But, so anyway, nothing, that right in the near foreseeable future that will put a big drain on us, so everything, is still holding steady, and we have a good fund balance at the moment, so.
Good deal. Any questions about that for the guys? No? All right, moving to utility report.
All right, so the first thing would be about the line bursting going down 28. They're back working this week. This is the first week in 2 weeks that they've been bad because of weather problems, and they will. What's his Scott? Scott? I don't think of it. The guy that's the old project manager. He wasn't there today to talk to, but they are guesstimating with weather permit, and they should be done with that within 3 weeks. So that will mean that everything with the paving.
Yeah.
Now, he was supposed to come back into my office, and we're going to call Michael Jones with DOT, because they have not had to cut into the road nowhere near as much as what they have first anticipated.
Yeah.
So when it was first submitted to DOT, we were looking at like 16 to 18 cuts in the road. And so they were saying we're going to have to do an overlay over the whole thing.
Yeah.
But we got it down to like 10, I think. And so we're hoping that they will just allow us to put the overlay over the areas that have actually been cut. That would be a huge savings, because if we have to pave everything from the pit stop down, that's going to be
What
very
was that
expensive.
estimate? You remember? Estimate to pave that whole section?
I don't think we've had an estimate yet. Nobody, that's supposed to be something Chad's been working on. And he hasn't given me any estimate of anything yet, so I have no clue, but knowing how costs are, I can
So,
imagine.
have you talked with them at all about what their game plan is going to be while they got equipment in here? We finished that collection system from, say, the general store. I think is generally where they kind of started.
Well, there was I can't remember what the exact amount was. It was like 350,000, something like that. There was a set amount that they could do, that they could spend, and that was it. So Chad, and I talked with him today, and he had said that they were going to move up to, after they were done down there, they would camera the resort.
Yeah.
But I told him, I said that I have camera footage of just about every manhole in the resort. There's, that I can put on a flash drive. Why would they want to spend money?
You mean from pipe, from manhole to manhole?
Mm-hmm. Why would they want to spend money on doing it all over again
Well,
when I've already got it done for free?
I think we should probably, when was that footage taken?
Just,
Was that while Jason was here?
no, it was after Jason was gone, so it's been in the last month.
Okay, so maybe we use that to identify problem areas, and then we, maybe put eyes on the things and try to.
Yeah, but I mean, as usual, Chad and them, they were not even including the town. They were just going to go ahead and
Yeah.
camera all that. And it's like, Chad, we've already got all this.
Yeah.
Why would you want to pay somebody to do it when we've already had it done for free through rural water?
That was Troy that.
Yeah, and I mean, I've got all kinds of footage in there. Just about of every manhole on this
If
property.
we could save the money for doing that, and we could focus on
Doing it somewhere on something
making,
else.
making any repairs that need to be made on the collection system. My hope is that we can get that done, and maybe we can get them to possibly at least do an assessment of our water system.
Mhm.
And because I've been trying to push with Zell. I mean, getting the collection system kind of squared away is wonderful. Obviously, we're going to have to also probably take a look once we're done with that down, and once we get our flow kind of coming in at a normal level or normalized at the wastewater system, the plant. We've got to, optimize the processes down there, because I don't know with everything having changed. I don't know how much we've been able to optimize down there. So obviously.
Well, let me just give you an update of that though. So we have gone from we are now currently using before work on the highway, before they did the lines going down the highway there, the average flow of the plant averaging were from 0 to 10,000 gallons per day.
Mhm.
We are now with about 75% of the completion of the project. The average flow is 35 to 40,000 gallons per day. So that's quite a bit of improvement there. We also, we've already got sealant, we've got roof cleaner, we've got caps.